What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to Luzenak. It's episode number 16 of The Climb. And before we get into today's video, I just want to give a massive thank you to you guys for your support on the series. It's been absolutely unreal since I've gone full-time here on YouTube with this new series, on Twitch with the live streaming, with Patreon, and I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for making this transition into full-time working that little bit much easier, because as you can perhaps imagine, I was pretty anxious and a little worried going into this, and I don't know, a couple of weeks in, I'm feeling so optimistic and positive about the future, not just with my life, but with my life here in the virtual football manager world at Luzenak. Today we've got a live com doubleheader, two very tricky away games. We're going to be taking on the team in second and the team in third, so big games to be played, and as a result of it being a live com doubleheader, let's blitz through things since you were last here. We played 5 matches, 2 in the French National League. In the Cup, we've been drawn against 2 teams in leagues below us. I was about to say, as you'd expect, easy wins. If you watched last episode, yeah, they're not always easy wins, but these ones were. We won 3-0 against ES Fayon and also against Aviron Bayonnaise. We won 4-2. That one was a little less competent and a little bit less comfortable, but we made it work. We got through. And well, if we just shift our focus to the league here, you can see since we were last here, we've played 3 matches and 3 very convincing results. So let's talk about these. The first was against Stade Briochin, and well, we won this game 3-0. Zobo with an absolute screamer for the first goal. What a finish by him. He really has had an immediate impact on the team. Gerard Marin then got his first ever senior goal, if I'm not mistaken, in the 28th minute. Not really a classic, a throw-in that wasn't dealt with. And then late on in the game, Edwin Manan continues on with his goal-scoring form. He's been absolutely unreal for us. I really feel like the transfers that we've made late on in well, the season, beyond the start point, have made a big difference for us this year. Obviously, Manan here, his squad personality has helped him a little bit with his determination. And actually, if we just look at the season preview, whilst we don't have any players in the Media Dream 11, the bookies now have us down as the 5th best team in the league, which, considering back at the start of the year we were down in 10th, worth noting that the B teams don't show up here, but considering we were down in 10th, we're now in 5th, clearly the transfer dealings that we've done have had a big impact on our perception, and Manan has definitely been one of the big contributing factors behind that. Anyway, the next game we had was against Sanois, and well, we won this game 3-0, and well, a bit of a rotation needed because of the cup games and just to keep players happy. We gave El Mutaki a chance, of course, the hero of Season 1. In Season 2, he was a bit of a background actor, you know, didn't really get involved in the big set pieces. Today, in this game, he did pretty well. He got the opening goal for us. Sega Kieta then added a goal for us in the 56th minute. And well, in the 80th minute with 10 minutes left, we grabbed another. It was El Mutaki with his second of the game. I don't think it was a cross to him. It was more of a shot that he happened to be in the way of. He got a little header on it, nodded it goalwards, in the back of the net. It went 3-0, that one finished. And then against AS Poisy, that's probably not how you say it, we won 3-1. And Manan got a blooming hat-trick, everyone. He is so good. In front of over 1,000 home fans, a convincing little performance. He got the opening goal for us in the 16th minute. They then scored from the penalty spot, but we came back. We did not give up. Manan got one in, well, a second for the game for him in the 82nd minute, and then right before the end of the game, just as you think, well, it's going to finish 2-1, he went and got his hat-trick. Of course he did, a 9.5 rating. He's been a little hero for us so far this season, I think it would be fair to say. So anyway, a little bit of just other bits and pieces of news before we get into today's first game against Rennes' second team. The junior coaching budget has been increased. We are still awaiting a preview of our youth candidates for this year, but given the fact that we have once again improved the youth recruitment and it's now at an exceptional level, and we also have good academy coaching, cautiously optimistic that we can expect some players who are going to be able to have a big impact on the first team, much like Blaze has so far this year. You'll notice he's not in the starting 11, and to be fair, I don't want to say he's been disappointing, because 3 assists in 5 games isn't too bad, but he has had a little bit of an injury, and concerningly, and you hate to see it, there's loads of teams interested in him, and he doesn't want to sign a deal with us. I'm worried, everyone. I'm very worried. There are some big teams on the list of teams interested. Auxerre, Bordeaux, Nice, Sochaux, Guingamp. Oh, imagine if we lose him on a free. He's the only player in the entire squad who's not on a senior deal, and he is also our best young prospect. So that's not particularly good. Before we get into the game, I want to just look at the player stats, because you can see here we're doing quite well. Manan is the second top goal scorer in the league. Considering how late he was starting the season, that is pretty impressive. Sega Keita also has 5 assists to his name, which puts him second in the charts. I was a little bit worried at £400 he was going to be slightly overpaid, because that is kind of the upper end of our kind of starting 11, £400 a week. And at 29 years old, he didn't necessarily wow me last year. He's wowed me this year though. 5 assists and 1 goal to his name. And in terms of average rating, Hugo Robert, third in the entire league on a 7.61. And if we just look at the rest of the team, Manan is up there, and so is Gerard Marin. You know, 2-star rating. When you look at our starting 11, he kind of stands out as the weak link at centre mid. But the reality is, he's been absolutely exceptional, the 17-year-old. He really has pleasantly surprised me this year. So anyway, today we are going to be taking on Villefranche and also Rennes' second team. You can see there is 3 points separating us. These games are both away from home, so 2 very tricky games back-to-back for us. It's very weird how the National 2B is playing out, because you can see here, there are kind of 5 or 6 teams, if you include Cannes' second team, really running away with it. And then behind them, there's kind of a second wave of teams. It's very kind of split. There's kind of 2 tiers of teams in this division, and we are up in that upper tier. But besides, I think, Brest and maybe Cannes' second team, we've not played the likes of Villefranche, Rennes and Saint-Malo. So depending on how we do in today's episode, we should have a better idea of, can we really back ourselves to continue to go all the way at the top of the table, or is it going to be a bit more of a battle? And bizarrely, well, I say bizarrely, it's not really that bizarre. In a little way, I kind of want to be shown that this is going to be competitive. I want these teams that we're competing against to show us, you know, a real challenge. And to be fair, we've had some stage fright so far this season. We drew the first live com of the year. We then lost on penalties in the last one. We've been so dominant and so good defensively. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to show you a little bit of a glimpse of that today. So anyway, let's get into today's first game. It's against Rennes. Worth noting, Big Dub back in the team. Welcome back, old friend. Of course, he was out with shin splints for a long time. As a result, Jermaine Defoe, who we did bring in to be kind of a backup centre attacking mid, he isn't in the match squad. He's down here. So you might think, Jack, is that a bit of a waste of money? Absolutely blooming not, because he's got perfectionist personality, and we've opened up the Jermaine Defoe Mentoring Academy. The name isn't settled yet. Basically, I've just got all the youngsters hanging out with him. They're just, you know, they're on this sesh with Jermaine Defoe, loving life, highly influential, perfectionist personality. Perfectionist means that a player has good professionalism, ambition, and determination, the 3 golden attributes that can influence how well a player develops. He's good at all of them. Hopefully, he's going to be able to pass on his knowledge and his expertise to the next generation of Luzenac players. So anyway, in terms of the team for today's game against Rennes, we're going to go with Manan up front, Sega Keita out on the right, Mutaki on the left. Do I want to go with that? I think I do. Mutaki's been pretty impressive as of late. Big Dub down the middle, Marin at centre mid, but you'll notice a new name, everyone. Unfortunately, Brane Bar has had a serious hip injury. He's been out for a number of months with it. And not dissimilarly to the Big Dub situation where he got injured and we brought in Jermaine Defoe, I needed a replacement. We didn't really have a natural ball-winning midfielder who I felt I could rely on. We brought in this guy, Alassane Diaby. I mean, he's a Malian international. He was released, you can see here, by Power FC, a team who have poached a few of our players in the past. Last year, he played a tier above where we are now. Actually played a lot of games, but without really playing particularly well. As you can see, he's had a bit of a storied career. He's got around a little bit. Started at Monaco. We're going to see what he can do for us. He got a goal in one of his 2 games that he's played for us, so I've got the expectations set relatively high. He's going to be our new ball-winning midfielder in the absence of Bar. And defensively, it's kind of become a fairly settled back 5 now. We've been very good defensively, 6 clean sheets in 9 league games. Gabert in goal, Robert and Scodato at centre-back. They've really kicked it off. Enzo at left-back's kind of doing his thing. He's not wowed me, but he's been fairly consistent. And Billingy at right-back has played for the most part, except from when he's got on international duty, where, as you can see, he recently scored a goal for Congo. So congratulations to him. Hopefully, he's going to get a few goals for us at right-back, although I'd rather we aren't relying on our right-back for goals now that I think about it. So anyway, let's get into this game. Rennes, I guess that's what you'd call them. The first game that we've got here. They've got a very, very good team. Shall we have a look at who their key player is? I've clicked on the profile and it's not done anything. Let's try this. Collie. I mean, he's playing right wing for them. He's a little bit better than some of our players at right wing, isn't he? They've got here Cabella, who is a regen at 16. He's blooming... How much? How much? I don't have 16 million kicking around. He's very good. As you can perhaps tell from this team and some of their players, obviously with B teams you have some exceptional players and some pretty average players, but the overriding opinion I think we have to form here is they have got a slightly better team than us today. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Away from home, we're in some good form, but this is going to be a big test for us. We've done okay so far against the other second teams, but Rennes had significantly more players than anyone else in the Media Dream 11. So that's weighing slightly in the back of my mind as something to perhaps be just a little wary of. We'll have to see how we do get on here, as after 10 minutes, nothing has happened. Almutaki is looking like a happy chappy, but in the final third, we've not done a great deal early on, despite having significantly more of the ball and significantly more chances. Despite perhaps their better personnel, we are dominating the ball well, but we need to convert that possession into goals. We didn't do it well last episode. We've got 2 opportunities in 2 matches to do it today. I'm hoping for 2 good results as Diaby has it, threads it through to Manan, and Manan! You would have thought she was going to score that, but unfortunately could not beat the man at the near post. He's been in great goal-scoring form, as we've already discussed. A hat-trick in his last league appearance. He's probably in contention for Golden Boot, and considering he was a slightly later addition to the first team coming in after the first few game weeks, I'm already thinking he might be the El Mutaki of Season 3, if such a award exists. The El Mutaki Award for best newcomer to the team who really galvanised our season. He's looked very good as the lone forward so far. As the ball's played through, Scudato reads it. He's on a booking, so needs to be careful, and Sega Kieta is doing his thing and then doing more of his thing, which is not scoring many. He's Mr. Assister. He's not Mr. Dribble past 8 men and smash it into the top corner. That's not in his locker. It just doesn't... Not a locker big enough for that one. I mean, half an hour gone. I don't really want to change anything. It's one of those games where we're playing relatively well. Considering how good Rennes are, they have a much better team than ours. I'm just quite content getting shouty and hoping the goal will come. If it comes for them 5 seconds into... Well, 5 seconds away from half-time, I will be upset, and it has happened. Damien De Silva's got it. How good is he? I mean, he's not bad, is he? He's not bad. He's not particularly quick, but he has scored for Rennes there, and with that, we're down to third. It's a disaster. The clean sheet has gone, and in a half that we've absolutely dominated, the live com curse continues. Not a happy bunny. I mean... We've been the better team. We've been the better team. They have much better players than ours. They are obviously tipped to do very well this year. The only silver lining to all of this is Rennes, yes, they have... I was about to say they have beaten us. They could beat us here. I don't want to say that we're not going to come back because I feel like we could. But even if they do beat us, of course, they can't get promoted from this league. They're not one of our promotional rivals. Sure, they're a rival for the title, but yeah, the B teams can't go higher than the league that we're currently in. Anyway, Enzo to Almutaki. Options in the middle. Can't beat his first man with the cross. Now Collie plays it forward. Diaby reads it though. Big dub to Manan. Not many options. Tried to pick out Sega. Wasn't a great ball. They could catch us out here. Abline bringing it forward. Scudato. Can you Scudato? Oh my word. What a tackle that was. I did not expect him to get a touch on that. A huge sliding tackle to deny Rennes the chance. And there's going to come a point in this game where we have to turn the screw and go more attacking. I don't know if this is the moment. We'll let this chance play out. It could be nothing. It could be something. Sega Kieta bringing it forward. All on his lonesome. Goes back to Billingy, who gives away the ball. And I'm going to work on the assumption that this is all a long pointless highlight, even if I'm getting slightly scared and more scared as they bring the ball forward. An hour gone, we need to make some changes, and we're going to go for the typical Luzenac changes. Stop working the ball into the box, more direct, higher tempo, and I've clicked on an advertising board behind the game, and the Kick It Out website's open for me. I really need to disable that. It's in the settings, Jack. Just do it. Just sort it out. Right. Players on the bench. I'm going to bring in Zobo, I think. I'm going to take off El Mutaki. Sega's going to go onto the left. Zobo's going to go out onto the right. I think that's the play today. I think that's the play. Zobo's done well when we've played him, but I don't know. He's not wowed me so far. Big Dub still coming back from injury. He's been relatively quiet. I'm going to bring in Sedani for him as well. A little double change. We'll see how that works out for us. We need a goal here, boys. And after a very good first half, that late goal in the first half has really galvanised Rennes, given them confidence, and they've come out and been by far and away the better team in this second half, you'd have to say. Really turned a corner in the game. I guess, you know, they've got the momentum. They've got the better players as well, frankly, but... Well, we have a chance here, and Zobo, fresh legs on off the bench, bringing it forward, whips it in. Manan's there, he hits the crossbar, and Soppy heads it out. Oh, we've been so unfortunate in this game. The one goal they got from that corner, that one set piece, and they could score another from a set piece, although it's dealt with, and Sedani just lashes it clear, lumps it forward to Rennes. Their defence recollect possession, and they're going to come again, another wave of attack, potentially. Cabella to De Silva. Might go all the way back to the keeper. Manan, close down, pressure. Benet, I mean, I was hoping for a goalkeeper howler. They don't happen as often as they used to in FM. Sedani tries to thread through Manan. They read it well. They're very content going back to their goalkeeper here, Rennes, succouring us forward as we try and press from the front. Diaby puts in a huge tackle, the Malian international, but it falls straight to Tell. Whipped into the box now. Kouayo heads over. Oh my word. Oh my word, I mean, it's been an action-packed 1-0 so far as they now head it over. I want to shout demand more. I want to do more here. I think at this point we have to, you know, no longer hold any caution. We need to go forward. We need a goal here, boys. Sedani, don't be afraid to commit a little higher up the pitch. One last shouty moment, and Diaby's picked up an injury. If he's injured for a long time, we have a problem, because I don't have a third ball-winning midfielder. I brought him in specifically to be a replacement to Bar, who's out injured for the next week to a... Well, I was going to say week to a month. It's a month or two more he's going to be out for. We are praying that is not serious. Abline now with the ball. 1 minute of added time. I want to believe that we could hit them on the counter here. Enzo flies in with a tackle. It's cleared away. They head it over. Gazzino not finding the target. I mean, it's been an incredible 1-0. As far as 1-0s go, it's been entertaining for the neutral. We're trying to throw everything forward here, but we are going to leave ourselves exposed at the back. We're kind of accepting that at this point. Doumbia with the ball on this near side. Whips it back post. Enzo heads it clear. 10 seconds left. Sega. We've got to get it forward, boys. We've got to get it up the pitch. Lump it, Gibert. Enzo, I mean, it's not amounting to anything, is it? Don't question it, Jack. Just don't question it. Don't ask Enzo what he was doing there, because he doesn't have a clue. Oh, 1-0 against Rennes is... I mean, away from home, it's not a terrible result because of how good they are. You know, I feel like we've held our own in a very competitive game. And that can kind of be used as justification for the fact, yes, we do deserve to be near the top of the league. You can see Villefranche won 2-0 against Poissy. So with that in mind, the next game that we have today, away from home against Villefranche, is going to be a very, very big game. Worth noting that Saint-Malo lost down in 6th. Now, you might think, why are you mentioning the team in 6th? It's because behind ourselves in Villefranche, they are the next team eligible to be promoted. And with this result here, they're now 6 points off that top spot that would be automatic promotion as things stand. Anyway, how long is that injury for? Upset me, Football Manager. Go on. That's annoying. About a month to deal with him out. We've got Villefranche. It's in a week. I might go and buy a new ball-winning midfielder, but we'll be back for that one. Don't go anywhere. Game number 2 is coming your way, and we need a ball-winning midfielder. It's a situation. Okay guys, so we are back here for the second game of today's episode, taking on FC Villefranche. They are top of the league, they are 2 points ahead of us, and well, between ourselves and them, both teams have only lost one game going into this one. Worth noting, the Saint-Malo just won a game, which puts them within 1 point of us, so a defeat here, things start to get very tight below us in the league. Of course, with the injury that we have sustained to Diaby and with Barane Bar still out injured, you might be asking, Jack, what are you going to do at defensive midfielder? I'm going to have to play Chinchilla there. Oh my, we just don't have a ball-winning midfielder. I mean, maybe there's a better option out there now I think about it. I could bring in Atigui. Maybe, just maybe he's slightly better. He probably is, but it's... I don't know, a ball-winning midfielder is quite a unique centre-mid. There's some centre-mid roles, like a deep-line playmaker. You bring someone in to play that role, they can slot in at advanced playmaker, centre-mid on support, for example. A ball-winning midfielder is just a little bit different. I guess the other option, actually, would be to play Gerard Marin at ball-winning midfielder. And actually, that might not even be the worst idea in the world. So if we move him to ball-winning midfielder and then have Chinchilla at centre mid on support, that works. Right, that's what we need to do. I could even bring in Sedani for Chinchilla to play centre mid on support. Actually, you know what? I think I am going to go with that. Sedani, I feel sorry for him. He's just been plonked everywhere on the pitch. He's played at striker, at centre attacking mid, and well, now he's going to be playing centre mid for us. But it's kind of what we brought him in to be, that kind of super versatile player. In terms of team for today's game, El Mutaki moves down to the bench. We are going to start Zobo out on the right-hand side. Pretty legitimate question, Jack. Why are you not playing Julien Blaise more? Two things. Firstly, he's lacking match fitness. Secondly, I don't want to play him in games and put him in the shop window where a team might come along and snap him up on a free transfer. I think they're going to probably snap him up anyway, but if I can minimise his minutes played, he has less time to impress them, and so he's more likely to stay with us. That's my logic. I don't know if it's going to work. I kind of doubt it's going to work. I am already kind of quite sadly coming to the realisation that Julien Blaise is probably leaving us in January, and I don't think there's a lot I can do about it. If anyone knows of any way to get an amateur player on an amateur contract to sign with me permanently when he won't renew his contract due to, well, the other teams being interested, I would love to know. Answers on a postcard. Anyway, the rest of the team for today's game, besides a bit of a shuffle with the midfield, remains unchanged. We are going to keep our faith in Manan. Obviously, disappointing not to score against Rennes. Disappointing just not really to show enough going forward, which has been a bit of a trend the last couple of games that we've done in live comms. Hopefully, we're going to put that to the back of our minds. It is first versus second. Just to have a quick look at Villefranche, because I do feel like it's worth just having a look at their team. If we just look at the opposition, their star player, their captain up front is Otman Dedoune. He looks pretty good. I would say he's on par with Manan. I feel like they're quite comparable in terms of overall qualities. In fact, they're almost mirror images of one another. If you just look at their profile here, this guy is apparently their key player, Timothy Tauflieb. Timothy Tauflieb rolls off the tongue. He's a kind of a winger player if we just compare him with Zobo. I mean, there's not worlds apart in terms of the overall quality of our two teams. I can see why they're at the top and why we're not far behind. Let's see how we get on against them today. A big game for us, a big moment. Away from home, it's going to be tricky. Home and away advantage is a big factor, but can Enzo introduce the long throw factor? Obviously, a big game for Marin as well, playing the ball-winning midfielder role for us. Keep an eye on him and what he can do. As Sega Keita has gifted it, whips it back post to Zobo, hits it. Oh, I thought he'd found the back of the net, but it goes just wide. First chance of the game, first shot of the game. And well, we've got another set piece here. Lots of early chances coming from the throw-ins. Manan underneath it, cleared away to Zobo. Billinghey's out on the right-hand side and free. Zobo picks him out. Options queuing up in the middle. Manan is good in the air. Oh my word, it's hit the crossbar and gone all the way over to Sega Keita. And he's dribbled it out for a throw-in, everyone. I don't know what. He can't stop. He's like Sonic the Hedgehog, really quick in a straight line, but once he gets going, he can't stop to keep the ball in play. Anyway, early on in their game, Rennes, who beat us, of course, last game, are now ahead. And with that, I believe they would go top of the league ahead of Villefranche if this finishes as a draw. 25 minutes gone. They've got a player with a knock. Kind of somewhat cynically happy about that, even if it means they, don't take him off or they have to be forced into an early change. Seeing an opposition player with a knock usually works out in your favour in some way. Anyway, big dub with it, of course, in our iconic away strip of red today as we go all the way back to Guibert. Now with Robert, loving this build-up play, nice patient play, lumped it forward to, well, Manan there. Unfortunately, he could not win the header, but Robert's there again, Sedani to Zobo. Space in the wide areas to move into. Runs forward, whips in. Manan not underneath it. Falls to Sega Keita, who hits the crossbar. How have we not scored in the last 120 minutes of football in this game and the game before? We've been all over these teams we've been playing. Sega Keita now to whip the ball in. Big Dub's not there. I thought he was going to be there, but it just goes over him. And all the way out and away from safety. Villefranche early on in this game not looking particularly impressive. In the first half, they're yet to have a shot on target. We have been the better team. We've been here before, though, everyone. There's an air of deja vu about how this game is playing out. The only silver lining really is they've not scored a goal just before half-time. I feel like our centre mids, considering the ball-winning midfielder situation, did quite well there. They now are forced to take off Lai, who was the player who picked up a knock. And well, a highlight early on here in the second half. Zidane with it. Goes back to Skedato, who spreads it to Zobo. Bilingi should be looking for the overlap, but just isn't. But Zobo's going on his own, and oh my word, it hits the woodwork after the keeper saves it. We've hit the woodwork 4 times in this game. Am I allowed to be upset? Am I allowed to be upset with Football Man if they score a corner? We've just conceded 1 corner today, not another. It's dealt with by Sega Keita. Zidane with it. 1 man in support, and well, he's turning into danger here. Could be a tricky situation, although to be fair, does well to just recycle possession and ensure that we keep hold of it. Robert now with it. Goes inside to Enzo. Now in Morin, big dub. Patient build-up play. This is what we're all about. Controlling the ball. We've had 59% of possession today. We've had more shots. Let's just craft out that 1 golden opportunity. Lovely passing play here, but we need an end product. Zobo bringing it forward. Skips past his man, not once, but twice. Whips in. Keita's there, and he's found the back of the net, finally. Thank you, FM gods. Thank you. 1-0, let's go. Oh, I thought it was going to be one of those days where we don't even score, but finally, after a superb piece of passing play and a lot of P's, we find our way through. Zobo, Keita, header, keeper, maybe should do a bit more there, but the build-up play deserved that. Really, really nice passing play by us there in the early stages of that kind of chance just to craft out an opportunity. Villefranche now, there's going to be questions asked of them going forward, and they've not scared me so far in this game. Big Dub is looking a little bit tired. Let's do a bit of shuffle here. We're going to take him off, and I'm going to bring in Castillon. Not giving him enough first-team opportunities. Let's see what he can do. He's lethal from free kicks. Do not be surprised to see a highlight start with him looming over one. Or maybe that is just wishful thinking. Robert over this free kick in deep. Now with Enzo. Passing it round the back. I would love a second just to make me comfortable. Manan tries to head it down to Sega, but it's dealt with. Blanc now with it for them. They've got a few men committed into the attack here. Abu Bookman down this right-hand side. Enzo in all kinds of trouble. Puts in the tackle, but falls to Martin, who whips it back post. Billingy, not the best of defensive headers. It's a mad scramble in the box, and they find the back of the net. I want to say against the run of play. I mean, it's been we've not scored enough. We've not scored enough, and unfortunately for us, with 13 minutes left, questions have to be asked. Jeffrey Abala, just lurking there. I wanted to stay on the front foot. I wanted that second goal, and some scrappy defending where we just couldn't get rid of the ball has cost us in this game. I'm going to go more attacking. Straight away a new highlight begins. I'm full of optimism. I'm full of an instant reply. I believe in our boys to just, show that mental fortitude to concede and immediately reply. Sega Keita down this left-hand side. Marin now with it. Enzo, who you could argue was responsible for the goal, whipping it back post. Zobo's there! And it's gone just over the crossbar again. Another grand opportunity for us. Another ball whipped into the box. Unfortunately, the header just not finding the target. But there's still time here. Not changed too much. Want to stick to our possession play in terms of slow build-up play, working it into the box. But of course, with us now playing a more attacking mentality, we're going to commit men forward like this. And Zobo at the back post. Stefani Zobo puts us back in the lead. I think we were behind for 6 or 7 minutes there. That's the reply you want to see. Goal number 6 for him. I want to say a gamble to start him in today's game. I feel like that would be a little bit, I don't know, gamble's a bit of an exaggeration, a bit of a risk. Let's say that. I mean, he's not started that many games out on the right-hand side. He's done great for us there. I did notice in the top left, Rennes, who we only lost to 1-0, and I say only lost to 1-0 because they're winning against, I'm not sure who they were playing actually. They're winning 6-1 against someone. They are bullying another team. And I think it was one of the other second teams. Huge win for us though, away from home. Make absolutely no mistake. That is a season-defining win that sees us leapfrog Villefranche. You can see here, Brest did lose 6-1. Malebe got 5. He's pretty good, isn't he? He's got 12 goals in 10 games. He got 5 in this one game here. You can see Brest are in 4th. So the fact that we lost to them 1-0 and then they've beaten the team in 4th 6-1 makes me feel better about that last result and just how competitive we were. You can see though here, looking at the top of the table, obviously Rennes top on head-to-head, but of course they can't go up. So at the moment we are in 2nd. We're in the promotion spot. Villefranche, who we beat down in third. You can see just 1 point behind us. In terms of next episode, we've got US St. Malo to play before too long. In fact, you can see there that game is coming at the end of January. 5 games time. The fixture's a little bit more spaced out over the next month or two. I feel like that will be a very good opportunity to come back, hopefully with maybe 1 or 2 new faces in the first team. Hopefully still with Blaze playing for us. I feel like we should just leave today with one just look on his profile, because this might not be the profile we see tomorrow come the end of January. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support, as I said at the start of today's video. I hope you enjoyed the live com doubleheader. It's fun to put in a little extra effort sometimes, make it a longer episode for you. I hope you enjoyed the action on the pitch. I did in the second game, the first one not so much. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care. And, well, that's all from me. It's me, Jack. And I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.